Hi, in this video we are going to carry on our PHP tutorial. This is a list of suggestions how you should use this video. The notes for today's video can be found here at this URL, which is loaded here, and we are doing Ajax. So if you scroll all the way down to Ajax examples, we are doing example 5 today, EG005. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to do a search. So EG005 HTML, EG005.html looks like this. We are going to search the database to ask the user to key in the product code. And then we send whatever user input, send it over to the EG008C select search. Okay, and then we are going to use the product code to search the database and return the output back to EG005 and show the result here. Of course, EG005 is not going to be loaded, so we are going to use Ajax. Alright, let's start with the easiest thing, EG005. Okay, of course, we are going to make use of AB and AA to connect to the database, so we are going to keep those files there. First, let us start the environment. Okay, let us start our Apache web server and MySQL database server, and also we are going to look at our PHP admin. So username is Harry, password is elbow monkey. Okay, so you can get in. And we are doing Kung Fu Panda Shop. We are going to use search the products table based on the product code. Okay, all right. Let's do the easiest thing first. Let's just get a user input. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to write everything from scratch. So we have been working on something else. So if you right-click File Explorer, ctemp, myPHP, Ajax examples, we were doing EG004, so I'm going to copy that and start making changes. 8A connect database and AB database IRLs are similar, so we are the same, so we're going to keep those two files. AC is select changed, so we're going to use AC and change it to AC select search. Okay, we're going to reuse a couple of files, and I put everything in the same place so that we can reuse files. Probably not a good idea because it confuses you, but we're going to do that anyway. So we are almost ready to go. Oh, not yet. We probably should look at the output here. Alright, so we are ready to go. So first let us make a copy of the EG004 and rename it to EG005, and then open it in Notepad++. Alright, and let's change stuff. Database search. Okay, we are going to keep a lot of the stuff that we have been using. Just now, we are still going to call this guy query function, and the whole try catch thing is just to create Ajax request, so we're going to keep that. Okay. What we're going to change is this part, right? This whole thing here. Okay. So let me delete this. I don't need that anymore. And let's comment this one out so we can run testing without worrying about this. Okay, so let's do this part. Okay. We want to search database, and we have a form. Okay, inside the form we are going to create a text box. to capture the product code. Okay, the input is a text box, and ID, let's just call it product code, which is just a HTML ID. 2 BRs, and then we have a button, and when we click on a button, we'll call the query function here. Obviously, right now it does nothing but to create an AJAX request, which is XML HTTP request object, and then the value we say search by product code. Okay. Yep, and then we say AJAX real result would be displayed here. Okay, good to go. So let's look at here. So we are going to, ooh, my text box doesn't work. Okay, input, ooh, type equal to text, ID equal to product code, reload again. All right, now it works. So the first thing we want to do is we want to capture wherever user key in. So let's say I want to search for product code, and my product code is say master. I want to key in master. Okay, so search master, you should find it and put it here. But that's kind of complicated. The first thing we want to do is make sure that the query function actually capture the master. The master is from a text box named product code, right? So here, what we are going to do is in the function. So this is the whole function, right? In the function, we are going to create a JavaScript variable called product code. Okay. Alright, so it's a bit confusing here. The product code here is just the ID in the HTML. Okay, whilst the product code here is actually JavaScript variable. So they are different things. So just prove that it works. We are going to alert the JavaScript, just make sure that it works. So right now, let me reload this. Now, if you click on search by product code, we should see master. So master is being captured, stored here, and we alert it out. Okay. But that is not what we want to do. What we want to do is actually send this over to here. Okay. And then in select change, we send it back. All right. In order to send it over there, we have to do something like a query string. So we say that I'm going to create a variable called query string. And we remember that to search something, to send something between files using the get method, okay, we use something a key value pair. So I'm going to say the key is called product code, equal to the value is what we capture here, or the user input. All right, so you get something that looks like you will get a key value pair, something looks like something equal to, say you key master, you will say master. And then this is to send one thing over using one key value pair. You want to send another thing, you just AND something else equal to something else. Okay, you can send multiple entries of key value pair. So on and so forth. So you can play with that if you want to send two things over. Okay, but meanwhile we just send one thing over. And then that is the query string. It's not useful unless you attach it at the back of something. Okay, so I'm going to attach it. Open get, attach it to EG008C, select search. which we have not created yet. But not just call the function, we also attach our new query string at the back. So now you will have something like this. Your URL looks something like that. Okay, so you can send query string over as a get method, go to that file. But we haven't created that file yet, so we need to do that. All right. So so what we're going to do is I'm going to delete this. So if you look at what's happening here is we capture the user input, okay? We send it, we attach it to, we do something like a query string, attach it to the name of another file, okay? I send it over, and that file is going to do something with it, and do something, and send it back, okay? Send it back here, and update the Ajax. Okay, so whatever we do at that file will be sent back. All right, let's start doing select search. Let's save this file first. Control S to save. Select search, I'm not going to create everything from scratch. I'm just going to do the select changed and then rename it to select search. Okay, make sure you spell it correctly. So let's open this in Notepad++. So obviously we make a copy of the select change. So this is still select change. So in the select search, we are going to make a couple of changes. All right. The first thing we want to change is to get the. All right. All these are too complicated. Let's start delete some stuff. I probably don't really need all this right now, so okay, let's comment out this. Obviously this is going to be so broken that can I comment out this as well? No, it's too troublesome to comment out this. You know what? I'm just going to leave the table there. You know the table is not working, so that's fine. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is to get the product code from here. So product code is a key value pair get method. So we all know how to do that using a PHP. So you say that I'm going to get the product code using filter input. Get method. Okay, so it's a little bit confusing here. So the first product code we use is HTML ID. Second product code we use here is a JavaScript variable. This third product code is the key value pair of query string. And then the fourth product code here is actually PHP. Okay, yeah, it's a tiny bit confusing. So after we get that, we want to prove that it's working. So I'm just going to echo a product code. Okay, so let's save. Did I close it? Yep, I close it. All right, save your work. Control S to save. So let's see what happened. So right now, if you reload it and say click on product code, they will send the file to this one, and this will just repeat the product code and send it back. All right, so that is successful. We send it back, and then you get a lot of warnings and all that say that on 9/29 I use something called products, which is undefined. Okay, well, which is fine, we know that, but at least I say that I managed to send it over by a query string and send it back. But obviously sending it back is not very useful. I just want to prove that the link works between the two files. what we are going to do is we are going to search the database for the master, okay, using a SQL statement. All right, obviously this is not the correct SQL statement to use. Okay, so before we go into this, all right, let's open this first. Before we go into this, we need to solve the problem of writing the correct SQL statement. So let's just create a new temporary file and say I want to write SQL statement, say select star from products table where product code is like, we can just say master, but that's not very good, so we do something like something master something. Okay, so it's wildcard before and wildcard at the end, so anything. Alright, so let's try that. To prove that it's correct, let's go over here in phpMyAdmin, do a SQL run. Oops. Okay, error. All right, I forgot that. So this is the correct statement. All right, so this will return the master row for you. So if you use the $sign, let's try that again. So if you don't really know the whole word, you can do like, if you use the percentage sign, you just like to search anything that contains an A. Something A something. Oh, they're going to probably return like a couple of rows. Okay? So on and so forth. All right, select start from products where that, like master, order by product ID. Let's try that. Yep, so that's correct. So now we have to put this SQL statement into our PHP code, and run it here, of course. Unfortunately, we have somewhere to start with. Okay, so I don't need a category ID anymore, and my query is that. But that is actually not very good because this is hard coding, right? So that is not good. So we are going to do a bind value for that. So select start from products where product code is like a bind value. Okay, order by category ID, prepare the statement, bind value, product code, bind to the product code here, but we want to add the percentage sign before and after, so that you can search for anything. So a percentage here. Oops, sorry. Percentage at the back, and wherever you put in must be a string to make sure that it's secure. People are not going to put strange things inside to mess up your code. Execute, fetch all. So this one is going to be stored in products, right? And then the same table will work, and then the products will be output, looked through, and output will be done. And then obviously this output is sent back to the here. Okay, so let's try our luck. Keep your finger crossed. Now if you click master and say search by product code, you actually get master here. Oh, I don't need this anymore. I don't need the testing here, so let's comment it out. So if you search for master, you get that. If you search for A though, you get a couple of things. If you search for MA, you get both the master and the mantis. Okay, and all this happens really fast because you get the information from here, send it over here, search the database and send it back. Okay, all through Ajax. The same principle here. All right. Okay, I think it's a good place to stop this example. We have in the next example we are going to be like, what if we do not want the whole thing? We want one piece of information, put it in a particular location. We are going to look at that. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.